else I got to say is, how about this, Cowboys?
Woo-wee. What is good? What is good, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. I'm your host, Lou. Welcome to Lou's Takes, man. Hey, it's been a while, and I felt like I had to give y'all one. And I know my schedule didn't change up on y'all and everything like that, but I appreciate that, man. I appreciate y'all holding me down and everything like that. If you haven't already, make sure if you coming in to hey man, like make sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe, all those good things over there, man. I appreciate y'all for we made it to 7,000. It's been a while since I went live. That's why I felt like I owed it to y'all to go live. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me fix this a little bit, just adjust it, make sure it's on me. But yeah, I just felt like I owed it to y'all. Let me get that out the way for a little bit. But I appreciate y'all for, what I'm saying, and y'all been, what I'm saying, y'all been showing love to all the other videos, man. I can't do nothing but just be thankful. You feel me? Just be thankful, indeed. But we got a lot to talk about, man. I feel like look, I know I'm gonna be a little late on the stuff I'm finna hit, but I gotta give my take on it. Y'all know I gotta give my take on it. In this video, we're gonna go over current news. I'm gonna start with, the D coordinator search that's happening right now. 3 names that they've been interviewing: Jim Leonard, Durante Jones, and Ephraim. I always miss his name. You know what I'm saying? But it's very important that we talk about these guys right here, man, because it's a big status that we are at. I'm so excited that we can do. I know a lot of people done checked out. A lot of people done, Lou, why you still serious about the Cowboys and everything like that? Yeah, I love this team that much, man. I'm sorry to tell y'all, man, I do. You feel me? So, but yeah, I think I'm actually excited. I don't know about y'all. I got most of the final press conference from this week in here. We're gonna react to it at the end. But let's start first. As y'all can see, I changed it up I just wanted to freestyle. That's why I don't want everything up. I just need y'all, and we're gonna talk about it. The D coordinator search. Okay, I'm gonna go over it today. If you haven't already, I'm gonna promo it later. But listen, man, I dropped a banger. You know what I'm saying? Funny enough, that's the wrong picture of Durante. I thought that was Durante, man. I thought it was just the light shine up on him, but that's somebody different. But if you haven't, man, make sure to check out this video because I'm gonna talk about it today because it's gonna be very important of what's going on. I'm excited about this defensive coordinator search. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am kind of disappointed of what's going on, in the atmosphere of the Cowboy Nation. And it's not because it's my guy that I want, I have favorites. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I don't like how this sphere can get sometimes. And I'm gonna be honest, I just want my Cowboys to make the right decision for us to win. You feel me? It's nothing like that. Let me salute to everybody. Shout out JV in the chat, J Pat, Headhunter, T Church. Hey, shout out to T Church, JNY Blue. I can't wait for your text, Lou. Lou, you are the best at breaking it down. Yeah, I'm working on the draft. I've been going down, bro. I'm finna have a whole board for y'all and everything, man. It's gonna be official this year. Yeah, and Headhunter, he's right. This decision can make or break us. That's why I'm very disappointed of how the nation and certain people are moving in there. So we already know the news. You should already know. I went live with Boss last night to talk about it. Jim Leonard, Durante Jones, and Ephraim. Let me look up this man's name real quick. So I don't like butchering people's names. You feel me? Because it's kind of you work all your life. Your name is what you got. You feel me? Let me see. My bad, y'all. I hate that I gotta break it up like this, but this is how much I don't want to. Here it is right here. Ephraim Banda. Ephraim Banda. You feel me? All right, those are the three names, and then there's also a fourth name that had in there was Jeff Ulbrich, but they denied us because it's a weird situation going over there in Atlanta. It's really weird. The owner came out and said that they want Jeff Ulbrich, but they're gonna hire a new coach, and if the new coach don't want Jeff Ulbrich, they'll endorse him. So they basically just holding this man legally hostage. You know what I'm saying? A hostage because he's under contract. But other than that, the three names, Ephraim Banda, Jim Leonard, and Durante Jones. Now, I'm excited. I don't know who tweeted this. I think his name was Mauricio. I think he's over there on A to Z Sports. He had a very good tweet showing, like, comparing who we interviewing this go round and who we were interviewing last go round. I just mentioned the three names. What I like about it is those are three names that are that are active in the circle. Somebody else is going to want. The names last year consisted of, like, it was Mike Zimmer, it was Rex Ryan. It was just a common theme here that, like, it's just people who, like, it was obvious who we was going to hire. And I think it was Ron Rivera. I think that's the last name in there. It was obvious who we were going to hire within that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if I wasn't, covering the Cowboys heavy or just focus on the hires like I am right now. But I think it was only one wave of, like, guys they brought in for the interviewing process. So I will say this, man. Things are changing from this aspect, and I love that we are absolutely bringing in more people for this. You feel me? But this is the thing I don't like, because, and I'm gonna react to it today so I can tell y'all. In the press conference, like, it was clear as day, Brian Schottenheimer, which I already knew some of these aspects he was going to want from his next coach, because I just, I study him. I actually listened to my head coach. And, the most important thing I heard from him that I was excited for is that he's going to cast a large net. You know what I'm saying? When I hear that, I mean, that means that they're not going to, this is going to be an actual hiring process. Like, they're going to actually be looking through every, nick and cranny for, just an elite name. So, like, and I'm excited because the work you've done on the offensive side has been amazing. We found Clayton Adams, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we let their work speak for them. But for the defensive side, and we're hearing that he wants to do the same thing again. I'm not liking how our media sphere, how, like, the consecration sphere, how, just Cowboy Nation in general, we're just bashing, like, names and just, making up lies on other people, or just, like, I understand we have our guy, we have our favorites, but, like, what I saw today coming from, I think it was Blogging with the Boys, the affiliate of them, and that article on Al Harris, like, what I've been hearing from Al Harris this entire, like, cycle. Sure, you don't like Al Harris, but one thing I can't go for is people lying on his name, lying on another man's name. That's what I can't go for, because I'm hearing rumors such as, Lou, he don't want to be a head coach. Oh, he don't want to be a D coordinator. He want to be a head coach. And I'm sorry, y'all. Like, look, I got the game behind me. It's somewhere on this wall. I play chess, bro. Like, I move different than that. I don't know what person wants to be, the CEO without being a manager first. You feel me? I never move. So when I'm hearing, I'm like, hey, do you got any facts? Can I hear it come from his mouth? Do you have an excerpt? Still haven't got that. I'm hearing that, oh, Lou, he's just not ready. He said it himself. He wasn't ready to become a D coordinator. I'm hearing that, but it's like, can you show me where he said that? Like, an actual excerpt that came from his mouth. And even if he did say that, we can't just, automatically assume that his desires can't change, and he can't feel even more ready this go round. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Like, I just need something different from that. Like I need to see the evidence. And then I'm hearing that Lou, he's not ready to call plays. You know what I'm saying? He's just a tactician. He only teaches technique. And it's like, what's wrong with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I hear, you know, I don't want, you know, no up and comer. I want somebody who's, you know, who's been here before. I can understand that, but here's my thing to you. You got to be open, because we can't keep like, as an NFL, as an ad landscape, we can't just keep recycling the same DCs all over again. Some point or another, we got to get some new talent in here. So, and I'm asking to you, why can't that be Al Harris? So my thing is this: he may not get the job, he may not be, you know, capable of it. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's warrant an interview, and I also think he's warrant people not lying on his name. That's just me. That's just me. Now, that's Al Harris, because I just feel like when Schotty said he wanted to cast the net, that is any and everybody who is qualified, not us filtering out based off feelings. That's just me. All right, now let's get into the people he's actually he's interviewing, because I'm actually excited with this. I know everyone's favorite is Jim Leonhard, and I feel like he's gonna, I really, you know, like his story, and he's more than capable of becoming the Dallas Cowboys DC. Can I be frank with y'all on why, like, what I don't like about what I'm hearing? One, I don't like how we heard Schotty said we're casting a large net, and we know he's the crown jewel in the space. Why, when we bring him in, it's like, all right, hire him on the spot? No. Did you not hear him? He said he was casting a large net. I mean, we have an entire process, man. You feel me? And then what I'm also not liking is that when we compare like him to other candidates, like we are ignoring flaws in every candidate, but we don't ignore Jim Leonhard's flaws when he has clear flaws. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being frank with you. When I hear people saying he's ready to call a defense. My thing is, how is Jim Leonhard ready to call a defense and Al Harris is not ready to call a defense? And I think your counter, I can already say, is going to be like, oh, Jim Leonhard called a defense at a Power 5, Power 4 conference. Big Ten, Lou, he called it. One, that's years ago. And two, just because you called a defense at the college level does not automatically warrant you getting a job at the pro level. There's a big difference with that. And there's millions upon millions on reasons why, you know, that usually if you succeed as a D coordinator on the college level, you're not automatically hired at the coaches at the pro level. Like the last time that ever happened is actually Jesse Minter, I think, under the Chargers. And the only reason why he was able to go from DC to DC is because he had Jim Harbaugh literally get the job. So it was mainly like, hey, I'm bringing my luggage, everything with me from Michigan. And they was like that on the college level, and it turned out, you know what I'm saying? But let's not act like he's still not over there learning. And then my other reasons why we can't just go from college to college or college to pros like that is, hey, it's my biggest like, hey, look, we can't do that. Obvious one, y'all forgot about Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a below average to, you know, pro level coach, but he's God level on the college level. You know what I'm saying? There's different things and different aspects. That's why I just don't get of, you know, automatically awarding a candidate that we're interviewing and not actually vetting them with some actual things, and then just ignoring other candidates like they're not just as qualified, or as some cases even more qualified. That's just me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So I'm so happy they brought in Jim Leonhard. I really am. I think I talked about it last night. He got a lot of great qualities to him. I like that he's a former UDFA. He's a former walk-on. He got some great things about him. But I do have a lot more questions about him as well. Like, my questions, unlike everyone else, is like, can I trust him to run an NFL caliber defense? And and just me and my reservations, I have a lot of reservations, and I don't satisfy those reservations by like, oh, he did call a defense 5 years ago on the college level. No. That's not how the NFL works. That's not how the NFL works. That's just me. I feel like I'm more confident than you having that experience. I think that's a very good experience of you. But then when you get to the college, to the pro level, you need to get an understudy. You need to be understudying, because there's different things from college to pros. First and foremost, the quarterback caliber is way different. Way different. You know what I'm saying? Your disguise in college, it ain't the same. I'm telling you, it ain't the same tutelage as what's happening in the pros. If it was the same, everybody would be doing it. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I need you to learn. I need you to cook within this. And I know he's going to be a successful DC someday. And it may be for us, but I'm just being honest with you. Just, hey, like, there's nothing y'all can tell me, because I think what I'm not liking is, like, hey, man, people are crowning him, you know what I'm saying, more than the guy on the left. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't want Morris. Oh, Morris is a failed head coach. Oh, Morris is cooked out. I'd rather have Jim. What? Excuse me? That's a Super Bowl caliber DC right there. What are you talking about? If we're going to talk about history of calling DCs, this man called one in the Super Bowl, the highest level of football, like higher than high. And I don't like the throwing away of former head coaches or cook head coaches in terms of DCs. Dog, these are defensive coordinators. I need y'all to understand that defensive coaches have a very short leash in this league. That's why when you look up and down the NFL rosters of turning head coaches, a lot of them are not defensive led. Why is that, Lou? It's a offensive league. Why is it an offensive league? Because offense sell tickets. That's why. At the end of the day, the NFL is a business, and the most polarizing position that they invest in when they hire a coach is the quarterback. And if you can't develop a quarterback, you're out. But you're given even more leash if you're an offensive coach, because they be like, oh, well, you still a wizard, so you may just need another guy. They don't give that with defensive coordinators. My obvious one is DeMeco Ryan. If DeMeco Ryan started like 0-3, if he didn't get that ship turned around, I promise you he'd been fired just like everyone else, because they were literally saying the seat was hot. But he turned it around. Do you see how quickly it can change? You feel me? So yeah, the Cowboy Nation, that's with that. Obviously the guy I like that we're hiring, and I think a lot of people just I'm just disappointed because people didn't watch my video that I made like before Christmas, man. Because if you've been here, you've been knowing, you shouldn't be surprised of the name Durante Jones. I saw a lot of people like, who is that? I saw a lot of people say, wrong Minnesota guy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people saying wrong Minnesota guy. Did we get the right Denver guy? How much is Jim Leonard is truly affecting that defense? Because Shotty know what's up. He gave Vance Joseph the credit. You see what I'm saying? I don't want us to be overlooking one aspect and then downing the same aspect for another candidate. That's being hypocrites, you feel me? But I like Durante Jones. I feel like I tweeted right before they announced it. I said, hey, Shotty talking about he want a teacher of complex systems, a player's coach, aggressive, turnovers. That sounds like Durante Jones to me. And I was so glad to find out that they are actually literally interviewing him. He's just completed his interview, I believe like a couple of hours ago. I don't care how it went, in my opinion. I hope I hope he impressed them so he can go to the next round, because I feel like he would be a very good option for us, a very good option. I explained it last night how he has a very lengthy history. This man has studied under Vance Joseph. He has studied under Lou Anarumo. You know what I'm saying? He has studied under Mike Zimmer. He has studied under Lovie Smith. He has studied under Brian Flores. This man that we're overlooking is a very, very qualified, position. I heard, some people say today when they were giving a spiel, a lot of people were giving like 2 minutes, giving him like a quick eulogy when they were explaining him, because they didn't explain. I heard somebody say today, like, oh, he was in over his head when he was DC, and it's at college at LSU. Like, okay, I feel how you feel about the 1 year at the LSU. I just remember Ed Orgeron getting fired in the middle of the season, and a newly acquired DC who didn't have time for, I don't think you have enough time to implement your system and actually take over and, be a DC some more, especially when they're not getting ready to hire a new coach. And I understand college, there's a lot of, politics, especially at that school at LSU. You feel me? But so like, I'm just saying, there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? He said, "Okay, so your argument used against Leonard, used against Durante. How did Durante do at DC at LSU?" Yeah, I just explained it. It was very brief. With that, you have a great argument with that. Okay, so like with that, like but the thing is, when I talk about Durante, I don't talk about his time at DC with LSU because it was a like I said, his coach got fired in the middle of the season. You feel me? Like, I don't know what you want him to do when he gets hired by the coach and Ed Orgeron, who's trying to change the odds of LSU after winning the national championship like less than 2 years ago. He's fired. Like, sure, hey, like it couldn't have. Sure, like you might be right, but it's just me. I don't think it was enough time given. That's just me. I'm not using any of their my counter argument to that. I'm not using any of their college experience. I think that's just good. That's just good for them. But I feel like just me, my criteria, I'm valuing pro experience more. Pro experience more. I feel like that translates more when you're trying to, predict the success of some, DCs. You know what I'm saying? So you downplay Leonard with top 10 defenses, but make excuses for Durante? How am I downplaying? Okay, so I'm telling you, so which one's heavier for you? Him leading defenses in the Big Ten or somebody being a part of defenses and studying successful defensive coordinators in the pro level for a pro job? That's just me. And then, okay, so this is like, I'm not saying that I'm just dismissing Jim Leonard's pro experience. I'm glad, like he having experience, but like, I just want him, you want my honest answer? I want him to cook a little bit more because right now, what can we honestly put on the success of Denver's defense on Jim Leonard? That's a very good question also because Vance Joseph been there. You know what I'm saying? Same thing could be said about what Brian Flores, but my point is like, I think you can see the work as what he's doing because he's been hired for the same position of successful defenses across multiple coordinators with Brian Flores and Mike Zimmer. You feel me? That's my thing. You said this coach you describing sounds like he'd be a good candidate for our DC. Yeah, he's a solid candidate. This is the thing we can't get. Like I think the thing. My problem with Cowboy Nation right now is that we're eager to pick somebody right now. You feel me? And then we just gotta wait. Let's get the entire pool and then let's assess them. You feel me? Let's assess them. Yeah. This is a great conversation right here. He said, I see, Jay, hey, Raheem is my top choice as well. Only thing is Raheem is getting, there's two barriers with Raheem. One, he's getting head coaching opportunities because I think he deserves to be a head coach. I believe he wasn't given a fair chance at Atlanta. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I got a $10 super chat. Will we trade up for Caleb Downs or will we hire Al Harris? And thanks, man. Al Harris. You want to trade up and get Al Harris? Thanks, man. My honest opinion, I don't think you should trade up. I think you should just sit and hope he fall. My only thing is that because if you trade up, they're most likely going to want that other pick. And if we trade for just one pick, that means we'll have one pick inside of the top 100, and probably I don't think our next pick is till like round 4 or 5, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time, and trust me, I love Caleb Downs. That's my number one player in this entire thing. You feel me? But I just think, and we're gonna talk about it as I react, that we got just too many holes on the defense to like just hone in and hoping that one player can, you know what I'm saying? Like I think we need to. That's why I ain't gonna lie. This free agency is gonna be ultra important. We can do that. What you're talking about? Who's this? Jew? 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 Yeah, I'm just calling you Jew. We can do that if we handle business in free agency. If we go out there and like buff up the edge room, hey, I ain't worried about edge. If we go out there and sign a couple of corners, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not worried about corner, but you can risk spending a later resource on the more aspects that you do. You know what I'm saying? Cashing in and just going all in for Caleb Downs when we're really just like hoping and praying that he'll be there. That's a lot to be, you know, to ask for. You feel me? How do you feel about drafting a tackle round one? I'm halfway. Like I looked at a lot of tackles junior film. I gotta go back and look through. There's no. I would say I ain't seen a Booker yet. If you're asking me that, I haven't seen like somebody like ooh we can take him just yet. And I already looked at Proctor. I gotta look at the. I gotta re-look at the Utah tackles. And there's a lot of, you know, I still gotta look at the Miami tackle. I haven't seen anybody like Booker level right now. Booker level, or who's above Booker level is Downs for me. You feel me? I haven't seen anybody yet. I'm still studying, but as far as lineman, no, I have not seen anybody like that. He said, so if they hire Leonard, they going to 3-4 defense. That's all he know. He been around. Give me Durante. I mean, I think he'll adapt. Even if Jim Leonard is going to be here, he's going to adapt. That's another thing. I'm gonna talk about that, like, because that's another flaw. Like, we thinking we finna fix everything with just like a coach. No, like, you know, hey, Jerry, Steven, and Will McClay to get to work on that personnel. That's why I don't want us to rush the process, but I do want us to like let's get through this process so we can hurry up and get our DC, so we can get our personnel in place, so we can get our plan in place, because it's going to be a heavy defensive all season. And I'm going to talk about that as well, like, because, you know, it's going to be probably a fight with Boston and everything like that, because he actually got a point. All of these resources this offseason, most of them, 90% of it needs to go to the defense. And I ain't going to hold you. You feel me? You said Miami tackle gives me a dominant guard. Yeah. I've been hearing that. I hate I've been seeing that because I gotta look at the film. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, like draft Downs, get Hendrickson. Hendrickson is a free agent. He should be a free agent, Queso. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you said, yeah, he right. And then you said trade for Crosby. If we trade for Crosby, like, you know, they gonna want that draft pick to get Downs. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. Like, you gotta, in order for, if we can get like Crosby like for a future third or something like that, bro, like, you know, a future first, it's gonna have to be hell of a GM, and if they can pull it off, I promise you, I would literally be here like giving front office the praise, because that would be a hell of a that'd be good. He said, I know, but man, we need those picks more on defense, so we can that's I'm gonna talk about that a 6'4" Cowboy fans. Like, people don't want to hear that, but you need to keep still. You might need to keep still because of how much you need for defense, and bro, like, you just keep one more year, and then let's pass the torch. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna talk about it. I don't think you've seen enough of your backup tackles to warrant let's just move on. Like for this plan to go perfect, Nate need to be right and Guyton need to be healthy. Because I don't like the plan of them moving Tyler Smith to tackle at all. I don't like that, because it's not genuine, and it's purely so that because man, I want to go get to this interview, because he talked about it, how like it's, you know, he's a great player and we may need to move him. No, Shotty, they just want to move him for budget reasons. That's the only reason why. It ain't because y'all may view him as a Larry Allen, but that just because he's an all-pro lineman don't need you to be moving his ass around. Because wherever you move Tyler Smith for, you just create another problem. And he ain't no all-pro ass tackle either. He's just he literally like he's a below average right now, but with some training over offseason, he can get to like slightly above average, but he just, you know what I'm saying? He's not all world at tackle. So you keep the middle secure, and just, my opinion, load up on free agents, for like cheap free agents like you did before, and keep Steele. Extend Steele for one more year. Make all the dead money be the second year, or less. However you do it. Just give him like a 1 year more deal, and then make him the June 1st cut next season when we can afford it. But right now, the defense is bleeding out. Like, we need to, like, the secondary, like, that's the reason, like, we need like 2 corners. I'm trying to revive the entire secondary room. So I'm trying to like bring in 4 safeties, 4 brand new safeties, whether that be Woods from the practice squad, drafting a guy, you know what I'm saying, getting another UDFA and getting somebody from free agency. Like, and then you need like 2 more corners. Like, that secondary needs a whole lot of work. And then we ain't talking about the edge room. We talking about adding Clowney back. You might need to bring back Dante Fowler, even though, you know what I'm saying, I'm iffy on it, but adding Trey Hendrickson, like, and then you still need to add, I think, 1 resource to linebacker. That's just me. 1 resource to linebacker. You know what I'm saying? But I just named you like almost 10 moves for defense. Hey man, I'm trying to keep what we have for offense and just improve, like find a way to keep GP. You feel me? Like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find a way to keep it together. We can't just be going off willy-nilly. But let me get to my next point, because I wanted to briefly talk about the season and then grade Schotty's performance. So like on the season, I felt like, honestly, you could say it was a success. I'm disappointed because I thought we was gonna get more wins, but we did have a first-year head coach. We did do some goofy, ish by trading Micah at the beginning. We did, we added GP, you know what I'm saying? We didn't get a running back too. It was a lot of things. We had Eberflus, you know what I'm saying? For what we had, it's a great foundational piece for the next year. It's a wasted year after that. I am so mad because if your defense just was a little bit better, you'd be in the playoffs right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a grade Schotty right now. So you came in, you made some promises about competition and changing the culture. Just a lot of things. In my opinion, you had an okay year, Schotty. You know what I'm saying? You did pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. You have a lot of things I did not like, but I'm going to accept because you are a first year head coach. And you had a lot of things that a first year head coach normally did not have to deal with. For instance, losing your star player, you know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning of the year and like having to lose complete leadership on that defensive side of the ball. You had to inherit a defensive coordinator. Like, even though Jerry can lie all he want to about like you being a part of the hiring process, man, we know Jerry already admitted that he jumped to the opportunity. Shout out to even guys. Hold on, well, I got 2 of them. Let me delete this one. I didn't know 2 of them was coming up. Ooh, that was let me try to delete this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So dealing with, the loss of a leader. Also, dealing with the death of a player is huge. You know what I'm saying? I will give him, like, hey, man, Schotty showed me something like that, like having a player still play for him, even like losing a brother and everything like that. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? And then having to deal with, somebody who's, I think, actively working against you. And Eberflus, like, he was there purely, selfishly and everything like that. Here's the things I did not like from Schotty. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you, you look like a glorified coordinator. You can coordinate your ass off on offense. But in terms of being an overseer, I think that's where you're gonna have to improve a lot, as being an overseer and actually like making sure nothing falls off. And when you go to give more time and resources to one side of the ball, your side of the ball doesn't falter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something we're going to have to grow on. Also, what I didn't like, you motivate these team and players for the big game. I'm happy for it. We got up for the big game. I did not like how every time we faced an opponent we were favored in and we were supposed to smash on them, we were falling asleep for that. So you're going to, like, It's like you're the opposite of McCarthy. McCarthy didn't have us get up for the big games, but we'll smash on the small teams. You feel me? So like, this is things that I'm looking for him to improve on. Like honestly, improve him on as a coach. I felt like he got emotional within the game, and if we saw it in his play calling, there's times like you can tell like he's just taking shots from his own 1 yard line. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like he was you know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? He got real emotion in his play calling. And there's a lot of flaws in the offensive side of the ball we're not talking about right now, because everyone, and I believe we should be focusing on the defense, and we're going to get on the offense once we fix this defense, you know, as a nation and as a conglomerate. Because like you know, when you lost Javonte Williams, bro, we saw a completely different play caller. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like yeah, is this your plan? Especially when we got in the red zone, having that dominant offensive line. People, I mean, they struggle with but like as far as run blocking goes, there were too many times that you completely abandoned the run, but that pissed me off. Like I'm talking about, we beating the shit out of the Bears, like beating the living dog crap out of the Bears, and you just I don't know, we were losing it, but it's like, bro, like if we getting 4 to 6, like I'm taking that over a short pass. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just me. And it's just, especially like at times you'll get all the way to the 1 yard line, and then you be running whole concepts. Oh, let's run flood. Let's run smash. Let's run from the 1. And then why, if you're gonna pass the ball, if I almost concede you passing the ball, why are we overthinking it? You had GP half the season. It's like, bro, he's matched up with the cornerback 2, bro. The cornerback 2. Sometimes even the cornerback 3. Why are we just not throwing a fade ball? Why are we overthinking it? You feel me? So it's just, I think the common theme, like Schotty, when it comes to the hard task, Schotty he gonna give it his best. But when it comes to overthinking some of the small and little things, like I think he tends to freeze up and overthink himself. It's like he's expecting every game to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Or he do like me, bro. Like I'd be surprised when some easy shit come along. We all do that. We just overthink things, bro. And then you can't do that if you're trying to do what we're trying to do and compete right now. Because all the best teams, they don't overthink the small things, bro. Also, we're gonna talk about it in this thing, like how the special teams. That's your management. I believe the special teams is not even like connected to the special teams coordinator. He the fall guy. But damn it, bruh, that's on you and your coaching. That's on you in practice, emphasizing that between period and period. You having all them damn periods with CJ Goodwin ass over there having fries in his helmet and all that. He need to be going hard in them damn special teams periods. If we're going to keep paying him $60 million, $1 million a year, and he finna be here, I'm just going to keep it a fucking bean, bruh. We having the same issue, dog. Can we yell at Cavante Turpin, him with this damn fair catching, bro? That shit pissed me off this season, dog. I don't know if I'm a dog. Catch the ball and put your fucking hand up. Like that shit pissed me off, bro. That shit was pissing me off because it's small hitting yardage that showed up on the biggest stage. We over here needing the game versus Detroit, and you doing that goofy shit. You feel me? You was doing like, bro, and we over here, you catching the ball, your feet, your heels are on the 25. You do this. Oh man, fair catch penalty. Boop. We on the 15, 10-yard line. Bruh. Every time? That's that hidden battle we lost. Every time, bro? Every time, man, bro. It's like, oh my God. Bro, I swear to God, Shotty, if I see that special teams falter one bit, I am unloading the clip because it's ridiculous, man. That you preach culture. You know what's up? The one side of the ball that best reflects that culture, special teams, dog. Bro, that shit pissed me off. All right, that shit pissed me off, man. So within that, like I'm gonna give Shotty like a C, 77. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for this grade. This is a great first grade for you. First year coaching, you was dealing with a lot of adversity, and you held us together. Even with all the BS that was happening with us in this entire season, you had your office was fired and everything like that. But I was happy that you were showing something with Eberflus, but it's like the reason why I had to knock you is because Eberflus over there showing favorites. I don't give a fuck if he was hired by what's the name, dog. If you preaching something, you get him in line. Find a way to get him in line. Hey man, real leaders know when to get order within their house. They do, and I understand. Like Lou, he didn't have power. Real leaders know how to get order within their house. Period, bruh. Finito. You should have got order. Him doing that shit, and you know was a better player. I would have seen him right in that meeting. I would have embarrassed his ass. Listen here, Eberflus. I didn't hire your MF and that. Listen here. I am the head coach. My name is on that record. Listen here. We done did through a whole damn camp, and you putting the Sanborn ass out there. Listen here. I'm not going for that. You keep effing with me, and I think he was doing it. Sanborn ass, because I'm the one who submit the damn who's inactive and active roster. Sanborn ass will be inactive. Real spill. You want to play these games. You know what I'm saying? So I know. Hey, if your house is a damn is a circus, damn it, you better be a circus master. That's just me. You better be a circus master, and that's just me. Look, bro, because like at the end of the day, I kept telling Shotty, they gonna hang you with that record, and they ain't gonna care about none of this and that. Salute Boss in the building, man. Hey, Boss been dropping the heat all day, man. We just talked about it, man. You feel me? Make sure y'all go support him, bro. Support him. Like, share. But listen, we finna get into this press conference for this last little bit. I'm gonna react to as much as we can, bits and pieces and everything like that. I appreciate y'all, like I said, for coming through. Why am I talking like I'm finna get off here? We finna get into, you feel me? We finna get into the what's the name, man? Jerry and them, because I just, like I said, it's a State of the Union. Certain things I just wanted to. I'm gonna skip around. It's gonna be angle. It's gonna be a little bit wonky because I kind of like recorded the whole thing, but it's some things I wanted to personally react to. That's just me. So,
sure.
Let me know if y'all can hear this.
And his first year, and if there would be a definition of how you would like to come in your first time as being a head coach in the National Football League and have a nice learning experience. I think that you could say that he's experienced things that some great football around it on a better job of when we have a change that needs to be made if it's our own volition.
Let me know y'all can hear that.
We got to do a better job of picking who's going in there. But Brian, again, will be very involved in that process as we were last year when we made those changes. And we will do a very intense, complete focus job of replacing where Flus and any holes that are left here because of Flus's job. I think those things are more positive than negative, and so I see improvement. I like what we've got to build on, the positives of the year where the offense did play well. We've got.
Let me pause right there, because that's why I said, like, you know, going into this offseason, I know a lot of people like were down on the year. This is why I was excited at the end of the season, because I knew I knew Jerry, it was hard for him to fire him, but you know, Jerry, which y'all gonna learn, Jerry makes a lot of his decisions. It's not purely football. It's mainly business. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause his whole aspect, his entire job, his entire one-on-one, he's a salesman at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's gonna sell hope. He's going to do what he can to keep the customer happy, because when the customer is happy, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't want to please the customer. It's a difference. He wants to keep you in a state of happiness, because when you're happy, you spend at a abnormal rate for like a long period of time. If he wanted to please you, you know what I'm saying, the thing he'll please you for, it'll be a transaction and you'll be done. Now, so that's why I knew, like, real changes going to come. Like, like for a defensive coordinator. I'm excited, and that's why I'm excited that we're going to get this right because, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. He said, sign Pickens and go heavy on defense. I need the edge. Yeah. I talked about it. I'm gonna keep going in. I'm gonna skip around. My bad. Once I find the question, I'm gonna let it play out, and I'm gonna really because I'm telling you, we really do need to be going heavy defense this year. And I think I included that question because like it was a bro. It's a new guy that's in Dallas Morning News. I never heard his name before, but he asked a very good question to them, asking about the allocation of resources. Like I know we were talking about, they asked questions about GP, they asked questions about Javonte, and we know it's all that. That's offense. But like, hey, your draft picks, you've been hitting on offense. When are we going to start allocating resources to the defensive side? When are we start going to allocating like more free agents? You did good, Jerry, by going to get Quinnen, bringing in Kenny Clark. But the problem is y'all been operating like a business. And we know that this league is an offensive league. Y'all been operating like the league to sell tickets. This is why I said, like, he doesn't make football decisions. He makes business decisions. It's good business to have two good receivers on here because we finna air it out. People love that. People love excitement. People don't, defense, unless you getting sacks, tackles, and you hitting somebody, like Jerry at the end of the day is trying to put on a show. We got to understand that. So, you feel me? So this is why
people involved in that offense. We've got some new people involved in the offense. The other thing I will say, and I don't want to get it going that I talk about Parsons a lot. I don't want to get that going. But I've been talking about Herschel Walker for 35 years. And so it wasn't Herschel Walker that we're talking about when we talk about Herschel Walker. This ain't Micah no more that we're talking about when we say Micah. We're talking about the action, the trade. So please, let's get our done.
Look, you already heard me before. I ain't gonna like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. Look, Jared, continue to sell to me, please. You know what I'm saying? Please, just continue. Because, like, I'm excited. Sure. You ain't done yet either. Tell you that right now. You got me Quinnen. But, I saw how the rest. Look, you still got some ramifications or some extra leftover debris and resources from that Micah trade. This is why you got to be excited, Cowboy Nation, because he's so. I wish Big Game James in here because Big Game James was right. He hit it right on the head. That Micah thing of him trying to make it right, it is bothering him as a businessman, and he's gonna do everything he can to make himself look right. And I believe he's going to, there's some more stuff in play. Now, like within this, they were talking about like draft and everything. I wish they would find a way to get, I ain't gonna lie, like I want Max Crosby, but I ain't trying to get him 2 first-round picks either, because I understand it. You like to continue to feed into that guilt. That's just me. Continue to feed into that guilt. Add in, because I'm telling you right now, what you did of just trade him away all willy-nilly. Yeah. All right.
Verification of our boundaries is out.
Let me skip ahead.
Dallas Cowboys. My first question, Jerry, you intimated, outright said that you were the one who hired Matt Eberflus. Moving forward to the next coordinator, will Schottenheimer get to hire his own coordinator?
Trump just said it. I'm running.
Wild, by the way. Wild for him to say that. 864, he said, Lou, do you think he will try not to upgrade edge to prove he wasn't wrong? That's what's good. No, he gonna upgrade the edge. How much he will upgrade it will be the question. I think like them trying to prove Micah wrong is doubling down at D tackle, which they already did, but they're like, we're not satisfied. And we understand that you gonna have to, like, you can't leave us starved at edge. You got to get some type of like pass rush. You don't have nothing there as currently stands. Like your best pass rusher was your oldest one, which is pretty bad in my opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand that worry, But like he's talking, like he's talking about adding something. Shoot, he don't have to add an edge for me. Go get a safety. Shit, like do something like, hey, like sure, leave edge alone if you like. You know what I'm saying? Just add it with draft picks and bring back Clowney, bring back Dante, add Trey Henderson on the cheap contract. Sure, you ain't gotta like get Max. You won't have to get Max. There's more than one way to impress me. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get a dog at corner, add another corner. Go get me a dog at safety. Hey, I'm not like these other Cowboy fans. I know you can impress me other ways, and I'm telling you, you can sell us on that, bro. You can sell us on that by taking the aspects and fine. Like you wanna continue to spread a lie, because it is a lie that we couldn't afford Micah if we got all these players. Nah, boy, you can tell that lie to somebody else. Fine, but if you gonna keep covering up this lie, you're gonna keep covering up this lie with some money. Hey, you can cover a lie, cover it with some money. I'll be all right. I'll tell you that right now. Cover it with another player.
Venezuela. Seriously. Schotty had everything to do with hiring Matt Eberflus last time, and that's not done as a negative. But had no way in the world he's here if Schotty didn't want him here. Okay, let me be real clear about that. And he can tell you in his own.
I think he's correct about that, but I think he's like correct. I think the most of Schotty having his hand in the hiring, they probably was like, oh, we want you as a head coach, had the contract right there. And they was like, okay, by the way, we already hired Matt Eberflus. How do you like it? You know what I'm saying? They was holding him contractually hostage. Well, not contractually, just like conversationally hostage. Like, oh, if you don't like it? Because, you know what I'm saying? And he may not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, I felt like the amount, like, because people was arguing with me, like, when this came out, when he asked the question, and shout out to Clarence Hill, because he actually, like, quoted my tweet and confirmed it, because I was like, so Schotty does not have full autonomy. And he was like, no, he doesn't. And everybody was like, oh, does any coach have full autonomy? I'm like, okay, sure. But, you know, maybe, like, everyone else has, you gotta get, like, you know, advice, and like some other people have a say on like signing off, but we at least want the guy to pick his dude. At least saying that what he's saying is why he's lying. He said that Brian got to pick Eberflus when that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. We already know this lie. Let me jump around.
There. No way in the world if Steven didn't. To
hold on. He said, let me see, was he just saying? Do you think he would try to... Oh, boss, you could tell him when you going live, because I think, weren't we, are you still trying to do that one show? Yeah, you good. Like, yeah. Make sure y'all like the stream. DX Flash. Durante with Jim Leonard. We talked about it, man. Hey, look, you know what's the best, my only thing, I just hate how Cowboy Nation is reacting and just downing and lying on people's name. I think the best thing we can do is just take Brian's advice and keep casting the net. Like, this is just the first wave, man. I think Jim gets interviewed tomorrow, I think. But let's just keep casting the net. Keep bringing in guys. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, let's not anoint a guy yet. Because listening to my head coach, he said he wanted to cast the net. Let him cast every entire net and bring in every single fish he can, including Al Harris. Next.
Over here. We'll do it the same way as we hired Flus. We'll do it together and come up with as good as we can.
Brian, do you anticipate any more staff changes?
Same day.
Level or any staff changes now that Flus is gone?
Yeah, I mean, we're going through the exit interview process. I just got done with the players. I'll start the staff later this afternoon. And what I would say to that is, you know, we're evaluating everything. You know, this is I shared with you guys last week, right? This is an exciting time because we're getting answers to the test. We're figuring out where we came up short, where I came up short, where I need to be better. And, you know, I want to go through the process. I want to sit down and continue to have great conversations with Stephen and Jerry, and but that'll probably take through the next couple of days, and we'll evaluate things after that.
Jerry, actually for all you guys, Todd Archer with ESPN. Is head coaching experience a must for the new coordinator? And if it isn't, Is a first-time coordinator a possibility for y'all to look at as well?
No, yes. You ask a good question, and no, yes. No, it's not a requirement, having been a head coach, and yes, it's possible to have a first-time coordinator.
So let me speak on that, because I think, like I said, like this is why like we need to allow him to keep casting that net, because I think people just like want to write off certain candidates. Certain people don't want former head coaches that are DCs, and like I don't know why. In my opinion, I think you can't rule everybody out, and like just knowing the fact that a lot of DCs don't get a lot of defensive-minded coaches never get a fair shot. It's very rare for a defensive coach to make it in this league. It is an offensive league. You feel me? So I feel like we should consider everyone. I wouldn't rule out anybody too young. Like I wouldn't go somebody who's just been all in college. That's why I have reservations with Jim Leonard, and shout out to Queso. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had a little, you know what I'm saying? You know, he wanted me to get some clarification on it. I told him, I feel like I said it before, it's harder to gauge your success when you have success on college. We can't just assume you're going to have it in the NFL. Prime example, Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a prime example of that. Rather than if you come in and you're an understudy, study for a couple of years behind some very successful defenses, seeing how it's supposed to be run, getting information, being a student, that usually translates on both offense and defensive side of the ball. That's where we get the term trees from. You feel me? Like I'd rather have part of being a pro is literally never stop learning the game. That's why I call y'all savants. Like you got to have an urge to never stop. I've been stopped playing years ago, but we have this urge to never stop learning the game, because the game is ever changing. You feel me? And I feel the way I view the NFL, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about y'all, that is a PhD level of like football. You cannot be stuck in his ways. You know what I'm saying? That's what Eberflus, I don't think he's no longer a pro level D coordinator, because he's just stuck in his ways. He doesn't want to evolve, and they left him behind it. You feel me? For real. Salute Henny in the building, man.
Shortest answer you've ever given.
Starting with me, we didn't play good enough in terms of the ball. You know, minus. Look at it. I mean, it was the inconsistency. You know, I mean, it was different things every week. And, you know, some of the struggles in the past game when we were playing zone, and then some of the struggles in the past game when we were playing man-to-man. And, you know me, the number one thing that you want to do is stop the run. I thought we actually did that in the latter part of the season.
So yeah, I'm going to start on that, because I'm finna punch y'all a little bit. If we stop the run, can y'all put in the chat who is responsible for stopping the run? I understand it take all 11. But we ain't finna sit here and act like in certain aspects of defensive football, some have more responsibility than others. For instance, in the passing, I think a lot of the responsibility go on corners, then safeties, then everybody who's underneath, hook the zone, and then, of course, pass rush can insert itself in there and being a key piece. But we have zero pass defense if we have no corners. Same thing with the run. That's why I know it takes all 11, but everybody's job is not weighed the same. When he said we at one point, you got an 864, right? Your front seven. That's how it's always been. When I'm an offensive lineman, we had this period called inside run. It was literally the 5 linemen, the running back versus the front 7, because that's the ultra important. We don't have a chance of stopping a run if the front 7 is weak. You feel me? Everybody does have a part in it. Sometimes the safety are added in the gaps. Like in college, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have a front 7. They started doing front 8 and front 9. It was 5 versus 9. It was supposed for us to lose, but it was meant for the defense to know their gap and their gap integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like it was offensive focus or defensive focus. But I'm saying is this. When he says that we were able to stop the run, that consists of the front 7. Here's my issue. Why were we talking about linebacker for the longest? That's just me. Why were we talking about linebacker for the longest? Not saying that they're out of this world. I'm saying, why were we talking about linebacker like louder than corner? Like, y'all, we didn't have a healthy corner all season. We realistically did not have a healthy corner all season, but we thought we had adequate. We thought all the bad play was on Diggs. No, man. Are you for improving this team or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, that's just me. He said, Fluke's running Papa run old system, back end, look forgotten DTs, stop the run, safeties for us to clean up. Yeah, the thing is, like, Fluke is not alone in that. There's like, the Houston Texans are even more stacked than Fluke's. The problem is they got better personnel everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they will, like, they just don't line up and beat your ass. Like, Houston will line up and beat your ass, like, for real. You feel me? Dallas plays too much nickel, honestly. I think that's why the problem. You are correct in that. I did hate that we like to play a lot of nickel. The thing is, we were forced to play nickel. And the league is a nickel league, technically. A lot of people run nickel. Because it's like I said, it's an offensive league. The offenses are, you know, like better than ever before, and everybody want an extra DB. They want some type of extra advantage. We're in a nickel league. Like, we want to stay base, but you had too many. I'm be honest with you, you had too many like unathletic linebackers to play base. But not to say that your linebackers didn't do their job, their first job, in stopping the run. So I saw your post about Smith playing guard, but to be honest, I feel like Guyton is a better right tackle than anything. More than anything, it's easier to get a guard in the draft than get an elite tackle. Sure. I mean, guards translate easier than tackles. My problem is this. We just made the entire offensive line weaker because we wanted to cut a budget. You feel me? That's just me. You move Smith to tackle. Smith is an all-pro guard. Now you move him to tackle. Now he's a below-average tackle. You want to get a new guard. Are you willing to spend another first to do that? Like, you saying it's easy to find a guard. There's been plenty of guard duds out there too. You got to still scout. You feel me? We have a solidified interior. That is our superpower. And then also, I don't believe that, you know, moving Guyton from left to right like improves him. I don't think Guyton was that bad. I'm also saying that. Like, I'm here to box all of y'all today. And I got a little bit. But, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to box everybody today. I didn't think Guyton was that bad. His problem was just penalties. I thought he took a giant step this year, honestly. I thought he was better in pass pro. I thought he was. The problem with him is injuries and the penalties, which it did get better from the first season, but we're forgetting, y'all, that Guyton is learning how to play left tackle. He just played left tackle. He started playing tackle in general like 4 years ago. You feel me? You said static, only a problem if you can't teach the players, you call it, yeah. Murray was the worst linebacker in the NFL. Johnny, yeah, this is the wrong channel. I don't believe in that doctrine. I watch film here, and that is far from the truth, actually. That was a propaganda started and easy. And honestly, it was a side effect propaganda, I like to call it, because people were just mad that they were propping up Sanborn all year, and Murray went out there and he was average. He wasn't the best. He wasn't the worst linebacker. Be honest with you, because y'all talking about Murray, but we traded for what's the name. He is not better than Murray. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Develop Guyton or Thomas to be your left tackle. Yeah, you need to develop him. Yeah, that's what I think. But you need, like, Thomas ain't proved that, you know what I'm saying, that he's ready yet. You know what I'm saying? We can't just go in and be like, oh, he's ready. We got to give him time. That's why I, in my opinion, keep Steele for one more year. You think there's a chance that they going to draft the right tackle from Miami? I haven't looked at him yet, and for me not looking at him, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not trying to draft a lineman. I'm trying to draft mostly defense, because that's what we need. It's mostly defense. You feel me? I'm sorry. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe in the same doctor as y'all do, man. Which y'all gonna find is, like, I trust my own eyes. The echo chambers are very dangerous. Very. I do my own film. I come to my own conclusion. You don't have to, believe me because I don't have certain credentials and everything like that. Sure. But you cannot deny my football mind is not as greater than some people with this credential. That's just me. Because I be seeing shit before it even happened. I was telling y'all from the beginning that we needed to run a running back since preseason. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying, like, I've been seeing some shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all, look, I was right on Booker. You feel me? Like, just again, I listen based off what I've been hearing from word of mouth from Schottenheimer. I made a video on 4 random ass defensive coordinator targets, and it just so happened to be one that Brian Schottenheimer picked. I'm just saying, like, I don't need the credentials for my football mind. I make my own opinion over here, do my own research and everything. And once I see something, cannot be swayed. I was taught something different. You feel me? And what I can tell you right now, what I'm not going to be swayed on is this. I'm not trying to commit a lot of resources to the offense. The defense is hemorrhaging. Your defense is hemorrhaging. And yes, we're doing a lot by adding a new coordinator, but that ain't everything. We're gonna have to personnel. I'm trying to get completely new safety room. Completely new. And your corners were the reason why you were bad. Y'all over here talking about, y'all think it was Murray? No. You just heard your head coach said, we were stopping the run. And I just asked the question, who's the first line of defense in that? Your front 7. That consists of Murray. The reason why, you just heard him, the reason why he was irritated of the defense, why he got Eberflus packed up out of here, because we did not take away the ball. That's your secondary. And I was preaching that all year long on that. Fast, Louis, but you know how the Joneses work. DX Flash. I'm gonna tell you how the Joneses work, and this is why I'm not like the Joneses are a business. If it's enough in here telling us that we need a new running back, I bet you $500,000 they'll get a new running back, because you know why? They are in the business of trying to like appease us. You feel me? I'm gonna have to get up out of here. Let me see if there's anything else I want to hit on.
Don't think that we couldn't trade. Been at the door. Not available. We should have.
Them on why what you're doing offensively, defensively, special teams, why it's going to work. And part of that's your personality, part of it's your ability to communicate. But when we cast this wide net to go find the right guy for this job, which we will find, no.
Wide net. That's if y'all don't take away anything from this video, take away that. Wide net, which means we still have not found our defensive coordinator. Even though I love Durante Jones, we still have not found our defensive coordinator. Wide net. Bring in all the fish and vet all the fish before we cook it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. I like to get all my catfish in a row and pick the ones with the biggest fillet before we fry it up. Because I want to enjoy my meal. Big back over here. I like to enjoy my damn meal. I ain't just, we got a fish. Hungry. Let's eat. No, I want to, enjoy the work I put in.
Question about it. It's going to be the things that Jerry was talking about, but also the flexibility of, hey, we can do different things, because those are the things that when I talk with Jerry and Steven, those are the things that cause us problems, the flexibility and some of the unknowns and things like that.
Yeah, like this, you can tell. Like, this is why we need to continue to do research. Brian has given us like a lot of hints of what he wants. Like, it was very key what he just said there. What gave us problems? Okay, the Broncos did give us problems. That's why Jim Leonard is here. Flores kicked Brian's ass, kicked Dak's ass, kicked the Cowboys' ass. That's why Durante Jones is here. People saying, why not Brian Flores? Brian Flores is getting, his name was on the work. He's getting the bigger job. But there was a lot of other technicians at work right there. The architect, you know what I'm saying? He gets all the praise, but we cannot deny the engineers that was working the day to day. That's all I'm saying.
We brought home.
Let me
You want this guy to have a vision for how he's going to use Q, how he's going to use Kenny, because we've made big commitments there, how he's going to use Osa. Obviously easy at the end. You got Overshown at linebacker. You got Bland.
So I'm glad I stopped it right there, because this is my thing right here. So we finna get this new coordinator, right? My thing is this, Steven. Here's my thing to you, because you weren't like, I understand that's part of the interviewing process, that you want to know the D coordinator, if they're gonna use the people we already got here, how they're gonna use them. Red flag, because I put it in a video. I made a video on it like a while back, because even though Eberflus is bad, y'all didn't do it right by him, because we act like we got scheme-proof players. And what I mean by scheme-proof players are players who can play almost in any scheme. No, just because you played him does not mean every D coordinator needs to inherit him. Steven, be honest with you. Be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's been one of our greatest issues. You know what I'm saying? This entire, like, why our defense has been struggled, why we have not gotten like any development. Sure, we haven't had any like coaching, but you have not done a good job of getting in players in here that fits each D coordinator scheme and everything like that. We need to be making sure we get guys in here that fit the next D coordinator's scheme, and getting players out of here that don't fit. So I don't want to hear you mention Donovan Wilson's name, because I'm tired of us getting a D coordinator in here that has a plan, but we have to tell them to change because Donovan Wilson can't cover anymore. Hey, newsflash, Steven, still talking to you. Get Donovan up out of here and go get him a safety that's versatile like that. Stop keeping him on the roster because you paid him. I told y'all, these guys don't make football decisions, they make business decisions. And they pride their entire football philosophy on it, and they sell us on it. They sell us a lie saying that a coach is supposed to fit everyone to their scheme. You're right. A coach is supposed to bend their scheme to the personnel. But damn it, if we got some players who have major holes and deficiencies that can't fit or is not as scheme proof, we need to get up. We need to get new players. Period. Straight like that. We need to stop like forcing them on. Oh, you need to you need to develop. Go get him somebody that fit. And that's why I believe the coaches need to be heavy in the drafting process. I think they believe the opposite. Like, oh, I'm the front office, I get the play. No. You chose me to be the chef. You asked for my spaghetti on the menu, correct? If you wanted your spaghetti on the menu, hire yourself and cook the damn noodles your damn self. I'm tired. I told you on the menu I wanted Perigold butter. Stop going to go give me margarine. Stop going to get anything but butter. Stop going to go give me the other shit. I told you I wanted premium beef to make the damn meatball. Stop giving me the other shit. Stop giving me spam. Stop giving me and telling me to make it work. Damn it, what do you want on your plate? If you want to get the ROI on your plate and actually taste what you see, go get him the fucking recipe. Go get him what he needs. That's your biggest issue, front office. Yes, like the team building. That's been the problem. You over here, Jerry, in the middle of the season, you were crying about cohesion, consistency. Sure, I am mad that we didn't keep Mike Zimmer. But damn it, dog, that's why I wanted y'all to fire Eberflus before the fucking trade deadline. Because you did so much for that man. You did so much for that man, and other D coordinators who was literally working with the bottom of the barrel did a way better job than him, and you didn't give him half the shit that you gave him. But you're complaining. Fuck you complaining for? In this interview, I ain't got that much time, y'all, but I'm gonna just tell you. In this interview, like, Jerry was also talking about how, like, cooking analogy, and how like Dan Quinn was covering up his deficiencies, but he couldn't stop the run. Damn, all he asked for was Bobby Wagner, and y'all was bitching and crying for that. That's all he was asking for. I wonder what he would have did with Quentin Williams. The most you did for DT, and I said it on Henny Show, the most you did for DT was trading a 7th rounder for a guy who was a great asset, but that's the most you did for him. That was the most you did for him. Shout out to Mozzie. I ain't the ones who gonna bash Mozzie over here. But you committing a 1st round pick in a position that takes a long time to cook is not committing resources. That is a negative resource you're committing. That goes for any D tackle. I don't care if we was drafting Quinnen Williams straight out of goddamn Bama. You don't do that. You go get him something that's already cooked. The recipe calls for rotisserie chicken, not raw, at defensive tackle. And that's just me. I'm gonna leave it at that. Maybe I'll react to this another time. I thought this was fun. We did a long time. How long we did this show? This before hour and 20. We did a lot, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I really am. Continue to being like, hey man, be on the lookout. Turn on notification bells, man. Talk to me in the chat. What type of content y'all want me to see? I love to get y'all content that y'all want to see on topics y'all want to see. But like I take in y'all opinion before I make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all seen in my videos, they have went up to like another level of quality, and that takes a lot of time. Like, so I have to spend a lot of time on the packaging, which is like the quality of, thumbnail, the pictures and everything in there, how I'm going to package it to you. You know what I'm saying? And so the topic is very important, because like that DC video, it took me probably like 2 weeks to make, because it took me so time, to actually doing research and everything like that. But I knew y'all wanted, I knew it was for it. But I appreciate y'all for coming out. Make sure to like the content. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been so good to me. You feel me? We are at 7,200. So we've been on the rise. You feel me? 8,000 is nothing but another stepping stone. But I appreciate all the new ones, all the real ones who've been here. I'm praying my schedule change soon, my work, but that's why it's important for me to go live right now by myself, because I ain't been able to do it often. But listen, y'all, we gonna be all right, Cowboy Nation. Until next time, peace.